Hello, everybody. All right, so let's get right to it. Another fat burn meal. This one we're going to be doing an omelet, a little bit of spinach, a little bit of tomato, a little bit of mushroom, kind of everything. So let's go over what we got, what we're going to be using, the tools, the food, and so on. So start off, most important thing, the eggs. Just got regular eggs here. I don't care what eggs you use. This is not an omelet for using egg beaters for my clients out there. This is an omelet for using regular eggs. Believe it or not, there's actually some pretty big differences, especially when it comes to the healthy fats. These have plenty of healthy fats in them, regular eggs, so we do not need to add any. Next runner-up is portobello mushrooms. It's important that we're using portobello. They don't need to be organic like this one is. And they don't need to be pre-chopped, but I love this, okay? Talk about saving time, saving energy, and really just getting right down to it. It's organic, it comes pre-chopped. I just gotta open this up, maybe wash them a little bit, but for the most part, I'm just popping them right into the saute pan. All right, we got spinach. Again, does not need to be organic, but that's what we've got going on here is a box of organic spinach. We've got some your regular tomatoes. I already pre-cut them, so you don't have to watch me cut them, but just regular kind of grape tomatoes. And your Pam spray. This one is an olive oil Pam spray. You can find organic sometimes. I could not this time around, but it is no artificial preservatives, flavors, or colors. This is what we're gonna saute with. Remember, these have plenty of healthy fats. We do not need to add extra healthy fats into this meal, so we're gonna be utilizing this. On to the tools, measuring cups, of course. We've got our 1 cup. I'm still using a quarter cup, but quarter cup or half cup will work as well. So 1 cup and a quarter cup or half cup. Knife if you need it for chopping veggies. Let me show you what we got going on over here. Got 2 pans here. I will show you guys how to cut this down into just 1 pan if you don't have, the space, the room, or don't want to dirty the extra dishes. Of course, this is for our eggs. I already got these heating up, and this is going to be for our eggs. All right. So eggs are actually kind of the last step that we take in this entire process, just because they're the quickest, and we want everything cooked 100% ready before we cook those eggs. So let me move this. Maybe I can get a little bit more of my face in there so you're not talking to my neck. Awesome. So first thing is we're going to use this Pam spray. And remember, we're not using this so much for non-stick. We're actually going to saute with this. That's why I don't suggest doing the regular Pam spray. I do suggest getting some type of olive oil Pam spray. And notice I'm using kind of the deep dish pan for this one. And that is because you need to put a lot of spinach in here. When spinach is cooking, it cooks down. I mean, shit, I'm talking like a cup and a half of spinach could cook down to like a quarter cup sometimes. It's pretty crazy. So I'm just gonna, matter of fact, I'm gonna put all of it in here. I am definitely gonna have extra, but that's okay. That's gonna make it easy for me to cook similar lean and greens down the road. And that's what this is all about. A lot of people talk about prep being spending all of Sunday, cooking 13 meals for yourself for the next 2 weeks or something like that. Prep doesn't have to be like that. Prep easily, just a little spatula, can be simply this. It's just every time you cook extra. Maybe you cook twice as much. Maybe you cook 3 times as much. And that's going to give you the ability to have some quick meals down the road. All right, so that's how the spinach works. I've got my mushroom pan right here. Gonna spray it. And again, remember, we're not necessarily spraying for non-stick. We're spraying for sauteing. So I'm gonna get quite a bit in there. And then mushrooms. And again, same thing. I'm just gonna cook all of these. No sense in cooking some of them. This is what I call prep for myself. I'm not one to spend an entire day prepping. Instead, every time I do cook, I cook a hell of a lot extra. Okay? Now, Pretty simple, just gonna be watching these. Sauteing is a fast cooking method. So for those of you that don't know much about cooking, about sauteing, it's very quick. You're gonna wanna keep your eye on the spinach, keep your eye on the mushrooms. I got the heat on high right now because again, it is not a slow cook method. And I'm just gonna continuously be stirring them. I'll show you what kind of the end product looks like. Here is what that finished product looks like. I already made one omelet. You guys are gonna get to watch omelet number 2, but that's about what your sauteed mushrooms look like. Your spinach doesn't get as brown. Spinach almost just kind of gets wet. It's really all it does. That's how you know it's cooked. As long as it's kind of looking like this, you know, kind of wet and almost soggy, but not like texture soggy. It just looks soggy. You know it's done. I've moved everything over here because I'm gonna have a station because the omelet part is gonna be quick. So I'm gonna put the heat on right here because just like sauteing, this is gonna be a fast cooking method. Let's get to it. All right, folks, so I'm gonna start you up here and then we're gonna move you down. Already did 2 of the eggs, just kinda turned them into this scramble. Definitely something you wanna do before you put them in the pan. I always scramble them before you put them in the pan if you're making omelets, okay? So I got one more. I did 2 of them already. To my clients out there, remember, for an omelet, we need 3 whole eggs. Egg beaters, different story, but for an omelet, we need 3 whole eggs. I pop it in a bowl. I'm using just a fork to stir it. For those of you that have never worked with eggs before, it happens. I think most folks have cooked with eggs before, but some have not. All right, so let's bring you guys down now. Kind of gonna look at my chest a little bit while we cook, but that's all right. And going back to it, I've got the olive oil. That's what we're gonna saute with, all right? Definitely need it non-stick when it comes to omelets. This is hot already. Perfect. Now I'm gonna pull out one more tool on you guys. And that tool is gonna be this thing right here, rubber spatula. These things are awesome when it comes to making omelets. And let me see if I can get a good angle here. All right, so here is our omelet. And really what we're doing is we're cooking the base, making sure that it gets a solid kind of, not hard surface, but for an egg, a solid surface. And as I'm lifting this, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab the pan with the other hand. Can't really do it while I hold the camera, but as I'm lifting one side like that, I'm gonna be grabbing the pan and moving the yolk down that way, moving the loose egg down that way so that it actually gets underneath the omelet and cooks underneath it. And that's gonna make it much easier. This omelet's gonna be almost 100% cooked before we even flip it. So here's our omelet ready to be flipped. I met my wife in a coffee shop. My job at that coffee shop was to make omelets. See if I still got it. Whew, not bad, not bad. All right, but I dropped the first one, I'll be honest. A little bit brown here. Could have done better, but you know what? We're not professionals. But as soon as I flip it, you see, I take it off heat. That bottom part is going to cook no problem with the heat off. And now it's time to build the omelet. All right, so I've got my 1/4 cup. Definitely will be easier, quicker, faster with a 1/2 cup, but I'm using 1/4 because I don't know where my 1/2 is. So there is 1/4. Remember, to my clients out there, we need 3 servings of veggie. That is what's gonna complete this fat burn meal. 3 eggs and 3 servings of veggie. Right now with all of our veggies that we have, each serving is 1/2 cup. So there's 1/2 cup of tomato. Let's see here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a whole nother 1/2 cup of mushroom, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what we do have. Probably looks like it's gonna be maybe a 1/4 cup. No problem. I'll show you how we deal with this. Oftentimes you'll have this issue when you're cooking with leftovers that you don't have exact amounts of all sorts of things. Definitely easier when it comes to veggie than protein, but we'll show you today for veggie. So There is 1/4 cup, and we need one more 1/4 cup to equal our second serving. So there is another 1/4 cup. So there's our second serving of veggie. Now we need a third serving of veggie. We eat like kings on this program. Right? It's crazy. Well, it's not for me anymore, but when I first started, it was crazy. The concept of eating more than I did before I was in fat burn, and yet being in fat burn. I mean, I eat more now than I ever have in my life, and yet I'm healthier now than I've ever been in my life. There is, I'll last for 3 full servings, all right? So this is kind of what our omelet looks like right now. And we will see. I have my doubts. We will see. I have my doubts that this thing is actually going to fold properly. But it's just got so much stuff in it. We'll do our best. All right. That. Oh no. I need like a toothpick. I guess it's a good thing when your omelet is so big that it doesn't want to stay. You need like a toothpick, like a sandwich toothpick to keep the thing staying. We're going to try and make it look pretty. Me personally, I don't mind, but there we go. So here is our finished product. We've got so much omelet that I couldn't even get the egg to fold over everything, but you know what? Not a bad complaint to have when you're in fat burn. Eating too much rather than eating too little. I'll take that all day. Thanks for watching.